Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood now at 7 p.m.
A vandal strikes at a Hebrew school in Lake County. What was damaged and what police are doing to track him down?
Plus, why the Artemis moon landing may be delayed by a year or even 2 years. Good evening. This is News 6 at 7. Getting results. I'm Lisa Bell.
I'm Emily McLeod. Thank you for joining us. Also ahead, do you trust the insurance company that insures your home? It's a question many homeowners are asking themselves as insurance companies flee the state and citizens sheds policyholders. The News 6 investigators examined some of these lesser-known companies. Are they reliable? Coming up, we'll show you how to find out.
But right now, we are counting down to a double-header along the Space Coast. The big show starts in just over an hour. A Falcon Heavy launching from the Kennedy Space Center at 8:07 tonight. It is one of the most powerful rockets in the world and will be quite the sight following the Falcon Heavy launch. Its little brother, the Falcon 9 rocket, will launch from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. That is scheduled for 11:01 tonight.
Yeah, NASA says there's an 80% chance of good weather for the launch. So let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Julie Broughton. She's in for Tom Sorrells. I know a lot of people out there are looking forward to these launches happening tonight.
Yes, those nighttime launches are always just absolutely gorgeous. So we're hoping to see 2 of those, and I do think we're looking pretty good. Satellite and radar imagery showing the rain that we saw earlier today that we started our day with. You can see that is pushed out, and we're seeing a break in the clouds over some spots. So overall, we'll keep our skies partly cloudy as we move through the evening hours. Look how pretty this shot is out at Port Canaveral. This is our Launch Credit Union camera. We're in Brevard County right now, sitting at 61 degrees, and look at that, the official reporting station out there reporting clear skies. Elsewhere, we're talking about 57 in Sanford, 54 in Palm Coast. Again, not anticipating any weather-related issues for these launches as we keep our temperatures in the low 60s. So the Space Force 45th Weather Squadron giving the chance 80 to 90% of a go weather-wise. So we will keep our fingers crossed, ladies, that we will see those beautiful double launches tonight. We are looking at much colder air building in for the weekend. We'll talk more about when we'll see the coldest temperatures arriving. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Julie, thank you. Now, the Falcon Heavy puts out some serious thrust, and you'll likely be able to see it across all of Central Florida.
But one of the best spots to see it is from Space View Park in Titusville. Here's a live look at some of the crowds gathering to watch tonight's doubleheader. After that Falcon Heavy launches, again, there's also the added excitement of watching the 2 boosters return to the Kennedy Space Center to land. News 6's James Barbero takes a look at both of tonight's missions.
James, thank you. It's been more than half a century since astronauts last landed on the moon during the Apollo 17 mission. And tonight, it looks like the long-anticipated return with an Artemis 3 crew might take longer than hoped.
The Government Accountability Office said it's more likely to slip into 2026, maybe 2027, because of supply chain problems and trouble developing SpaceX's new super heavy rocket, the upper stage of which is going to be the moon lander. They haven't gotten that perfected yet, and that's going to take some time.
The moon landing mission was scheduled for December of 2025. NASA has yet to announce a delay. The Artemis 2 mission is scheduled for late next year. It will take astronauts in a long elliptical orbit around the moon, making the crew the first humans to travel so deep into space. For the inside scoop on NASA and the space industry, you can subscribe to our free Space Coast and Beyond newsletter. Just go to clickorlando.com/newsletters to subscribe.
Police in Claremont want you to take a close look at some newly released surveillance images of a man who they say was vandalizing a Hebrew school. The damage was done on December 10th at the school on US 27. The images are grainy, but investigators hope someone can recognize this man. According to the police report, the vandal damaged a sign, broke glass, and knocked over a Star of David. If you have any information, you're asked to call Claremont Police. Hundreds of thousands of Floridians have received letters from Citizens Property Insurance as the company works to depopulate some of its policyholders.
Many are being moved to private insurers, and if it happens to you, how do you find out more information about a company you might be unfamiliar with? Investigator Lewis Bolden is standing by with some information you need. As we prepare to start a new year, we're taking a look back at the year that was.
Coming up next, remembering the well-known people we lost in 2023.
And later, as the cold weather sets in, the manatees are looking to keep warm. We'll take you to the crowd of sea cows at Blue Spring.
You're watching News 6 at 7, getting results for Sanford, Kissimmee, and all of Central Florida. We will be right back.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Thursday evening traffic alert. Look, I've only got one thing for you. Just need to make sure you're paying attention. Some mild lane closures east and westbound along I-4 in both Orange and Seminole County in your express lane. So just make sure, like I said, you're aware of it. You'll see the crews right before you get up on them, but it's not going to slow you down. I'm Trooper Steve with your News 6 traffic alert. Drive safely. I'll catch you in the morning.
Weekdays at 7 p.m., I'm getting into the community, talking with you, and reporting on the issues you need answers to in our series, Boomtown.
Check out this new content on News 6 sponsored by Freedom Health. See how News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld is helping Central Floridians make ends meet when you sign up for our Make Ends Meet newsletter at clickorlando.com/newsletters.
Live with Ginger Gadsden, Justin Warmoth, weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells, and special reports from the investigators. You're watching WKMG, getting results at 7 p.m.
The clock is ticking on 2023, just 3 days until we ring in the new year. There will be some big parties across Central Florida to celebrate.
In downtown Orlando on Church Street, 6 bars will ring in the new year together, including High Tides. That's where the iconic Orange Ball will drop at midnight. Of course, there are New Year's events happening all over Central Florida. We are sharing some of the highlights with you at clickorlando.com. And now is often the time of year we take a look back and remember those we lost in 2023.
Tina Turner, Matthew Perry, and Jimmy Buffett, just a few of the names we won't soon forget.
We lost a lot of incredible people
really
in
special
2023.
people.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to take a look back, and sometimes you forget.
Yes, it's
just
true.
how many
I know.
people
You
passed
go through,
away.
And it's nice to take a moment and pause and just reflect on the year as a whole. So it's always nice to do that.
All right, Julie Broughton is filling in for Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells tonight, pinpointing the big cool down for us, Julie.
Yeah, it's already started, but the coldest air that we're going to see isn't here quite yet. But yesterday we were a little bit warmer than normal, reaching into the mid-70s. Today we topped out at 65 degrees. The normal high this time of year is 72 degrees. Our low was 56. The normal low is 51. And we're going to see temperatures in some spots by the end of the weekend in the 30s. So that cold blast is on the way. Here's a look at the southeastern United States satellite and radar imagery. We started our day with rain just about everywhere. Light rain for our morning drive and really for the first part of our day. You can see that energy and that disturbance has pushed off of our coast. Still some clouds hanging around. And this is what we're watching now. This is a cold front that's going to continue sliding into Central Florida. It will pass through during the overnight hours. Behind that, high pressure builds in from the central part of the U.S. And remember, when we're talking about high pressure, we typically see quiet weather, subsiding air, and that's what we'll have in place as we head into our weekend. So for tonight, we continue to see our skies slowly clearing. The colder air really begins to settle in during the day tomorrow, but the coldest night is Saturday into Sunday morning. So when you wake up Sunday morning, some of you will actually be in the 30s, especially north and west of I-4. Here's how it's looking in Daytona Beach right now. This little ride appears to be getting started at any moment. We are seeing clear skies. Temperatures in Volusia County are in the mid-50s, sitting at 56 degrees. Right now in Brevard County, we are looking at 58 degrees, calm winds, and we have 2 launches headed our way tonight. And right now, it doesn't look like the weather will provide any issues for that. Here's a look at the clouds and rain as we move through the evening hours. Again, partly cloudy skies. So around lunchtime, we've got a launch at 8:07 and another one just after 11. We could see some clouds out there, but again, nothing major. That front moves through the overnight hours. It may bring a little bit of cloud cover with it and some clouds hanging around tomorrow. But overall, I do think we'll see a decent amount of sunshine for our Friday, and then taking you into Saturday, we will see partly cloudy skies as well, again, as that really chilly air begins to settle in for us. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast for tomorrow.
Your forecast is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
See temperatures in the low 50s at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, 55 degrees at 10 o'clock. By noon, we'll be in the upper 50s and 61 degrees at 2 o'clock as that cooler air settles in nicely for us. Here's what you can expect as we roll you through the next 7 days. Again, 61 will be our high tomorrow. 60 on Saturday. Again, that cold air settles in Saturday into Sunday. That 41 you see for the morning low on Sunday, that is in Orlando, so northwest of I-4. So we're talking about interior interior Volusia County, areas like Sumter and Marion County, you will see temperatures in the 30s. We could also see some patchy frost. 62 for our high on Sunday. On Monday, we go up to 68 degrees. So the first day of the new year at midnight, Sunday into Monday, if you have any outdoor plans, we're talking about temperatures in the mid-40s. It could be the coldest New Year's Eve since 2010, guys. So definitely take out a jacket for your New Year's Eve plans.
All right, Julie, thank you. After the break, an update on tonight's planned launches from the Space Coast.
And we'll take you to Blue Spring, where the manatees are gathering for warmth.
Coming up in the morning, a sharp drop in temps for your weekend.
I'll pinpoint the big chill and how it could impact your New Year's Eve plans.
Plus your traffic and breaking news from overnight. News 6 mornings, 5 to 7. You got to watch before you go.
Next DT celebrating 5 decades of Denzel Washington.
People say, what's your favorite film? I say my next one.
At home and on set.
All right.
Next DT.
Tonight at 7:30 on News 6. Get the latest news, weather, and more from the News 6 Plus streaming app. Download the News 6 Plus app from the Android TV App Store today. Get Click-O on the go. Top stories in less than 60 seconds. Follow us at News 6 WKMG on Snapchat and Instagram.
We're counting down to a doubleheader on the Space Coast. The big show starts in just over a half hour. A Falcon Heavy launching from the Kennedy Space Center at 8:07. An update from SpaceX just in. All systems are looking good. Weather now 90% favorable for launch. The Falcon Heavy is one of the most powerful rockets in the world and will be quite a sight to see. Following the Falcon Heavy launch, the Falcon 9 rocket will launch from Cape Canaveral to Space Force Station. That's scheduled for 11:01. You can watch both launches live here on News 6 and on clickorlando.com.
The colder weather is driving more manatees to Blue Spring State Park. This is a look at the Save the Manatee Club webcam over the water in Orange City. We called the park. They say workers counted 112 manatees in the spring today. During colder weather, the mammals take refuge in the spring because it maintains a temperature of 72 degrees year-round. Now, both Volusia and Flagler counties are opening cold weather shelters tomorrow. In Volusia, the neighborhood centers The Bridge in DeLand is opening its doors. So are shelter services put on by Halifax Urban Ministries. In Flagler, the Rock Transformation Center opens its doors at 5 p.m. tomorrow in Bunnell. For now, it will only stay open until Saturday, but officials say the shelter may open again on New Year's Eve, depending on the temperatures. And they will be chilly.
Yeah, we're talking about some of the coldest air of the season moving in, especially Saturday night into Sunday, where some spots will wake up in the 30s on Sunday morning. Oof. Right now, here's a look at satellite and radar imagery. Just about all of us saw a little bit of rain out there this morning. The totals weren't terribly impressive. Most of us saw less than half an inch, but it was kind of that steady, cool, just kind of, yucky weather out there. Skies continuing to clear out nicely for us, and winds are looking good out in Brevard County. As you said, weather is a 90% chance of go for our launches. The first launch at 8:07. Right now in Brevard County, 61 degrees under a clear sky. So all those folks gathered out to watch the launches should be pretty pleasant for them, and we'll see the cool air continuing to settle in.
I hope they are bundled up for tonight.
Yeah, a little chilly out there.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. News 6 at 7. Entertainment Tonight is next.
Remember, we break news on clickorlando.com and our News 6 Plus Smart TV app. We'll see you tonight at 11. Have a great evening.
Good night.